Welcome back to Studio Life, everybody. Today we're going to look at something new from Heritage Audio. It's the Tubesessor. Let's find out. Is it? So yeah, Heritage Audio, they've really got into this plug-in thing, haven't they, recently? They've been making lots of hardware, really cool sort of versions of famous bits of gear. Sound cards, which have been pretty amazing. I've tried some of those. And now plugins, and some of them are great. The Tubesessor, what is it? Well, we can kind of tell by looking it. Well, obviously, it's the plug-in version of their hardware Tubesessor. But what is the hardware Tubesessor? It's basically a version of a TubeTech CL1B. CL1B has become synonymous recently, especially since YouTube has put it all out there, as the go-to vocal compressor for pop vocals, soul vocals, R&B vocals. It's become one of those plugins or pieces of hardware that you kind of have to try now when you're doing vocals, because people have heard all about it and they'll bug you about it. That's what YouTube does to the audio industry. You get told now by the artist what plugin they want to use or what bit of hardware they want to use, which isn't always the best approach, but hey, these things are amazing. I do use a couple of different versions of the CL1B plugin, both of them, just because, yeah, they do work. They sound great. They've kind of got that amazing opto tube sound that an LA2A has, but they've just got something extra that allows you to really squash the vocal without it sounding like it's being squashed. You can take off a proper 7 dB and the vocal will just sound amazing. So let's dig in, see if Heritage Audio have done something cool with this. As we can see from the look of it, the GUI, or the GUI, as people keep telling me I should pronounce it. GUI sounds weird, don't know about that. Anyway, the interface, it's got that familiar blue. It's not the same blue. They've gone slightly different blue, fair dues. But the layout is the same as the CL1B and all the other copies, more or less. So on the top left, we've got a gain control, and that is makeup gain. Even though it's on the far left, you think, oh, gain input. No, it's output, but there you go. That's just where it is. Then you've got the ratio, starting at 2:1, going up to 10:1. You've got your attack, and then you've got your release. Down the bottom here, we've got the tube saturation selector. So you can go from classic, which is sort of modeled more or less to sound like the CL1B. Then you've got a mild version, less. You've then got medium, and you've then got hot. And the more you crank that to the right, that gives it more and more tube sound. Sometimes that really works, sometimes it doesn't. Depends what you're doing. You've got the threshold control next to that. Then you've got these switches here. So you've got attack and release select. So you can have fixed. And when it's in fixed mode, the attack time is set to 1 millisecond and the release time is set to 50 milliseconds. So that's fixed. If you go to the fixed/manual, that is where the attack is fixed to 1 millisecond, but the release is still variable. And if you go to fully manual, you can set it how you like. Below that, you've got your sidechain filter. It's quite decent, so you can go from 80 to 160, and then you can do some interesting ones where you can push between 1k and 3k, and then you've got another roll off. It's a really interesting sidechain filter, does more than your average. We've got the VU meter select between input, gain reduction and output, and below that you've got a link control. This only works when you're running the plugin in stereo. It's whether you're linking the sidechain or whether you're not. That's very useful to unlink it sometimes, because to maintain the stereo-ness. Sometimes if things are linked too much, you get a loud floor tom on one side, both sides dip. It can be a bit weird. So that's worth looking at. The big red power light acts as a bypass, and then obviously you've got your meter itself above that. Nice interface. Can't complain with anything interface-wise. Let's talk about demo. All Heritage Audio stuff is 14 days. Can't moan at 14 days. That's pretty solid. Price-wise, it's $118.80, which I think is like a standard price now for their plugins. $118.80. Yeah, that's tricky. I'll tell you why it's tricky. I think that's a bit too much money for a compressor plugin. Just in my opinion, I think it is. But you've got to take some other things into consideration. The hardware version of this, made by them, the Heritage Audio Tubesessor, the hardware in the UK is £1,500, US $2,000. It's so similar in what it does and how it sounds. Now, I haven't compared the two, but I know plugins these days, especially ones made by people that make hardware, they can get 95% of the way there. And you've got the convenience in that you can use as many as you want. You can have a whole bunch of these on all your vocals. It's yeah, from that point of view, it looks like a bargain, doesn't it? But to me, for a plugin, it's still a little bit much. However, you know, I'll let it go at this point. Another thing we should talk about is that in use, this has become synonymous with vocals, but the plugin especially, because it runs in stereo, unlike the hardware, which is just a mono channel. The plugin runs in stereo, which means you can insert it on your drum bus or on your mix or anywhere you like, really. It's actually really good as a drum bus compressor. It's actually really nice as a glue compressor. Have a mess with it, because I found it really interesting using it like that. When you see the demo at the end, there is one of these running in stereo on the stereo bus and another one which has just got the vocals running through it, so you can hear both what it's doing. Star rating. I really like it. I think it sounds fantastic. As I've said, it sounds good on buses as well, so it's more useful than just a vocal compressor. The only thing that niggles me is the price is a little bit high, I think. So I'm going 4 stars. I think it's really good. Not quite 5 stars, but still really, really good. I really like it a lot. Anyway, the demo is coming up at the end. If you could like the video, that really helps. If you could subscribe to the channel, that helps even more. You could check out my Instagram, which is Mixdown Mastering, see what I get up to a week in this nice studio I've got here. There's also the website called Studio Life, where we've got our top 5 plugins, and there's also information about the courses on mixing and mastering and a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway, check out the video of the demo coming up, and I will see you next time. Adios, people.